A group of progressive House Democrats, led by Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat of New York, introduced a resolution aimed at blocking a 735 million arms sale to Israel. The resolution is largely symbolic, as Democratic leaders who support the sale are unlikely to give the legislation a vote, and the window for lawmakers to force a vote to block the sale closes in a couple of days. But the effort underscores the growing divide among Democrats and Israel as a bloody crisis in Gaza continues. For decades, the United States has sold billions of dollars in weaponry to Israel without ever requiring them to respect basic Palestinian rights. In so doing, we have directly contributed to the death, displacement, and disenfranchisement of millions, Ocasio-Cortez said in a statement announcing the resolution of disapproval. At a time when so many, including President Biden, support a ceasefire, we should not be sending direct attack weaponry to Prime Minister Netanyahu to prolong the violence. In addition to Ocasio-Cortez, the effort is being led by Representatives Mark Pocan and Rashida Tlaib. Other co-sponsors include Democratic Reps Cori Bush, Betty McCollum, Ayanna Pressley, Ilhan Omar, Pramila Jayapal, and Andre Carson. The Biden administration notified Congress on May 5th that it approved selling Israel 735 million in weapons, mostly Boeing-made joint direct attack munitions that can turn so-called dumb bombs into precision-guided missiles. Most arms sales are subject to a 30-day congressional review period during which lawmakers can block the deals if they want. But some close allies, including Israel, are afforded a 15-day review period, and just 2 days remain in the window to block the latest sale to Israel. The sale was approved before the current violence, but when news broke Monday of the sale, progressives were furious that the Biden administration was proceeding with it amid the current crisis. I don't know why they're surprised. Biden's, he's in the bag for Israel. So that's why I said that, when he makes statements like, I support a ceasefire, let me also give them $700 million plus worth of weapons that can make their weaponry even more accurate in killing innocent people. It's a joke. He just says one thing because he knows that most people aren't going to read these articles and know that, you know, while he's calling out and publicly showing some opposition to all of these murders, he's also financing it. Anything for a few more billions, huh? But no, I agree with this legislation. I do find it kind of sad that Hill chose to say that it was largely symbolic, because even if you have something that can't pass because the leaders of the House, and they are cowards, because you would think if the majority of Congress, because we know the Republicans in the Senate definitely don't support this, if a majority of Congress doesn't support blocking this weaponry, wouldn't they just put up for a vote and let it get killed like that? Because remember, McConnell is terrible, but he let the Green New Deal go up for a vote. What was that, a year ago, 2 years ago? So, if they know something isn't going to pass, I don't really see the harm in letting people vote on it. But they do that just because they have Netanyahu's head so far up their behind that they don't want to even give this the slightest chance of passing by mistake. Again, on their part, not like mistake as in they don't intend for it to pass. So if they let it come up for a vote, they might be surprised by the support it gets. But you introduce stuff like this not because you think it's going to pass, but because you're trying to show I'm not like these other politicians. I don't support just blindly selling billions of dollars to an apartheid state, even if it's our closest ally, which it really isn't. I think Saudi Arabia takes the cake for that. Like I said, the supporting Israel and Saudi Arabia are the two biggest signs the U.S. does not care about human rights. But this is a good bill. It's a shame it's not going to get voted on, but I don't see where I can really get upset with this particular group of representatives. If anything, I'm a little disappointed that Roe didn't join on this bill, because it seems as if they're recognizing that they don't want to be associated with backing an apartheid state, as is the case with many other Democrats currently. So this is a nice bill. It sucks that it won't pass, but hey, at least they've put something up other than words.